talking about.
I don't.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Whatever Show. I'm Lawrence Witterman.
I'm Dana Dubois. Who's
I'm a
this
sock
big?
puppet.
Woo! Sock puppet for the win.
You're not just a sock puppet.
You're the
You are
sock puppet.
the sock puppet. You are
Yeah, apparently
the
I'm the apparently I'm the
Oh.
only sock puppet on Substack, which is awesome for me.
Did you get some kind of achievement from Substack, like the only sock puppet on Substack achievement?
I wish. That'd be awesome. I could put
You
that like
should.
I'd have like a little badge, like a sock puppet badge.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a thing one day like Kissed It in the early '80s, where they were like, "We're gonna take our makeup off and show everybody what we look like," and everyone was like, "Ooh, put your makeup back on." Ogre, are you gonna do it? Uh-oh.
No one wants to see that.
No
A
one wants
naked
to see-
ogre. Oh no.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing. A naked ogre. That was very, very funny, Ogre.
That was well done. Well
I
timed.
think, Lawrence, in the 8 months now that we've been running this podcast, I'm not sure we had a more brilliant idea than showing up as sock puppets for the first time you came on air, because we were
Honestly-
so
Oh my god, that
excited.
was hilarious. I loved that.
We
Yeah.
were so happy that you
And
said yes.
credit where it's due, that was entirely Dana's idea.
Yeah, it was. And I was like, I know we're slammed right now. We have to make sock puppets. Whatever happens.
It was awesome.
Oh, mine is on my other desk, or I could grab her now. But Ogre, part of this episode is what was good in 25, or what was not so good at 25. What's going to happen in 2026? That was a peak highlight of 2025. Getting to talk to you as sock puppets was like,
That was super fun.
it doesn't get better than that. We have to take our joy
Like,
where we
getting
can
to
find
meet
it.
you, number one, and then doing it as sock puppets for our first intro. That was pretty fabulous.
It was amazing. Oh, good. I'm in the chat now, so I'm going to come say.
We have so many things to talk about today, you guys. Like,
We
not only
do.
like a 2025 recap and what 2026 holds, but the current moment is flush with crazy bullshit.
Oh my God.
For example, I know there are bigger things to talk about, but did you see this morning in the New York Times that Trump has announced a new class of Navy warships named the Trump-class warship?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Literally
I knew they were
an
building new
entire
warships.
line
I
of-
didn't know he was naming it after himself already.
Yeah. So they're pretty notable. Each one is controlled by an AI that thinks it's the center of the universe. The AI lies and steals and randomly blows up fishing boats that it says are full of drugs.
Oh my God.
And as soon as it's confronted by a Russian or a Chinese warship, it sinks itself.
That's you all.
I surrender.
You're on
It flies a
fire.
white flag and surrenders.
Right. It immediately surrenders. Yes.
Oh my God. I'm speechless. It doesn't happen very often.
I'm not kidding. Like, he really. So it's a
You are
Trump
kidding
class.
about the blowing itself up, but
No,
you're
well,
not
not,
kidding
yeah,
about
I'm kidding about that
yeah.
part. But like it's a
Barely.
Trump class warship, and it's a part of the new Golden Fleet. This dude and his fucking fixation on gold. What the actual fuck? Now we have a Golden Fleet? Are we like Jason and the Argonauts out of fucking
Yeah.
Greek mythology?
Well, all big important people
I
have
know that was
gold.
fleece.
That's Fleece, but close enough.
Right.
Also featured in the new Percy Jackson season I've been watching.
Yeah, well,
Well,
Golden
not for
fleece.
nothing. Fleece is not the wrong word, because I promise you, he's going to have his company somehow involved with building these ships, and he's going to be making money off of it somehow.
It is a golden
Absolutely.
fleece, isn't it?
you're
Oh my God.
100% right, Ogre. Yeah,
It will
like,
be the Golden Fleece,
Yes.
just like his
yeah.
ballroom.
The ships
Oh my
won't
God.
work. They'll automatically sink. They'll be like 10 times over budget, and nothing will ever get delivered.
It's
Yeah, I
hurting my
mean,
brain.
People keep going on about this like huge conspiracy about the ballroom and how it's costing so much money because they're building a huge data center underneath it, and it's going to be this whole project, blah blah blah. I'm like, that's not what they're doing. This is just straight up mob stuff. It's just mob stuff where it's just like, oh yeah, the concrete costs 10 times as much money, and they're just going to be skimming money off of it and just going straight into Trump's bank accounts.
Right. Like, it's
It's
actually
like-
the shittiest grade of concrete you can get, but they charge 10 times what it should be.
Because
Yeah,
it's
it's
got
like
gold flecks in it, like Goldschlager.
it's Goldschlager concrete. Yeah, it's like don't overthink this. Don't make him out to be a Bond villain. He's just a cheap crook.
Right.
Oh my God.
They're just pouring bribes in from corporations, and he just has to. Oh yeah, it's actually going to cost $600 million now, and he's pocketing $300 million of it, and that's it. That's all that's happening there. It's nothing that dramatic or special or scary. It's just run of the mill mob shit.
Run of the mill mob shit. The chat's already on fire, you guys. Can I read a few comments
Yeah,
early
for
on?
sure.
Christina says, Ogre, you're looking very ogre-ish, which I agree. You're looking very ogre-ish, very handsome ogre.
Wait,
Um,
this is my good side.
Yeah, Jason says,
yeah.
hey, handsome. Jason says, hey, now I'm hiring Argonauts if anyone's interested.
Nice.
And let's see here. Yanni, Yanni's house rep was the one to put the bill where ICE will be allowed to strip search children without a lawyer. I'm sorry, Yanni, for all of us, but hate that's from where you are. We are getting golden fleece, yes. And Kat is writing a bombshell report about where Trump's obsession with rare earth materials came from. It's sort of unbelievable. And
I'm
Karen says
that it was reading and not writing, but
are you reading or are you writing, Kat?
Actually,
it says writing.
Kat, I didn't understand. I just assumed that word was supposed to be reading, but maybe you're writing it. WRITING, not RIDING.
Yeah. Oh my, and then it says Kat is a very talented writer, by the way. So yeah, I think she might be writing it, but let's see. Ogre, I just realized we didn't even introduce you. I don't know that you need any introduction, but do you want to say like who you are and why you are such an ogre?
Well, I'm the Opinionated Ogre, and I have been making Nazis and right-wingers and libertarians and just generally bad people miserable for 15 years at this point. I'm at my 15-year anniversary of making bad people miserable.
It's a very good goal. Like A+, no notes. We're here today to talk about all kinds of craziness in the news, hopefully do a little happy reminiscing, looking forward, resolutions kind of thing. While we're talking about kind of smaller but still really powerful and bad things, I'm putting a link in the chat right now. Lawrence, I don't know if you can grab this and show it from the StreamYard because the image really makes this. This is going to be one of my goals in 2026 is I am really fucking alarmed at how major news sources are taking down feminism. That is a really major theme these last few weeks. I don't know if you all have been noticing that.
I mean, this has been their project since Me Too popped up. They were like, well, Me Too. And then they were like, well, hasn't it gone too far?
True. But the last month, starting with that New York, maybe not starting with, the first big one I can think of was that New York Times, like, is feminism killing the workplace story? But the New York Times just posted another one. I haven't read it yet, I'll admit, but in the URL, it's called New Women's Right versus New Women's Right Feminism. But it's all about trying to be feminine, not feminist. And it's a beautiful illustration of a pregnant woman in very like traditional looking clothes. And maybe it's a delightful and fair piece, but I doubt it. I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
I think it was something along the lines of right-wing women are struggling under the problems of feminism. And it was just like, they want to be feminists, but they don't want to be they want to be
there, Lawrence, I just put it in the chat. Here, I'll just message it to you over.
Yeah, they don't want to be feminists, but they want to be feminine. And it's like, okay.
Oh, wait, I could send it to you here, but I think this is going to go to your phone. That's not going to help. Oh my God. And in the preview that's showing when I'm messaging it to you to your phone, Lawrence, it's a takeoff of Rosie the Riveter, except it's a woman holding a whisk.
A whisk, and she's pregnant. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice the whisk when I looked at it the first time. So yeah, it's fucking gross that they're taking that image.
Yeah.
And repurposing it to be like women don't have rights. Shouldn't, women are not actually equals, which is all that feminism is saying.
Like,
its core.
Come on, get your trad wife on.
Oh my God. There was a fucking Barry Weiss on CBS I don't know if it's aired yet or not, but it was advertised in my Facebook feed this week, sponsored by Bank of America. That was like, feminism. Do we need it? And I'm
Right.
like, that's my
Yeah, we showed the
main.
graphic yesterday.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we did. And was that just yesterday, Lawrence? I feel like that was earlier. Oh wait,
Today's Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. Oh my God, Lawrence. I was really like, no, that was earlier this week. Oh God, that's how long this week has seemed already.
Yeah, yesterday was a Monday to end all Mondays.
Yeah, I am here to sound all the fucking alarms of like, it's not okay to even be having these conversations. Women are, look, I'm like, I can't even talk. I will talk though, and I will become more articulate about this in 2026 of like the fact that we are positing these questions in the New York Times. Is feminism destroying the workplace? Is feminism actually a good idea? Like, that's so dangerous. That's so dangerous because that means it's okay to say no. It's not a good idea. And so maybe the right to vote isn't such a great idea. Maybe you having your own credit card in your own name is making you spend your money on bad things like Opinionated Ogre Substacks and other things that your little womanly head thinks is a good idea. Like, I don't see how that's not what's coming in 2026. And I don't want to be reading takedown pieces about why women shouldn't be able to vote. Or is the 19th Amendment such a good idea? Yeah, I'll get off my soapbox. I know there's bigger news to talk about today. But...
Well, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, part of what we're going to be talking about is Barry Weiss anyway. But I mean, the whole project of the legacy press is both siding everything anyway. And this is just part of it. Yeah, this is just part of it. This is just like, well, you know, I mean, we're just asking questions. It's reasonable to ask if feminism's gone too far, isn't it? And it's like, actually, no, it's not a reasonable question because women are still being raped and then blamed for their rape.
Is date rape okay?
I mean, we're literally having a conversation right now. Like, I mean, all right, this is a little, or not that much off topic, but it's with the Epstein, right? The Epstein files, the thing I noticed in the last couple of days, Matt Taibbi and Michael Tracy. You know who Matt Taibbi is. I don't know if you know who Michael Tracy is. But he's one of those big, loud alt-left guys. These are the people I'm always screaming about. And the two of them have bravely decided on Substack to take on the Epstein file hoax. And they're literally arguing, the two of them are literally arguing that, well, Epstein was never he's not a convicted pedophile. He's not a convicted pedophile. He wasn't legally convicted of pedophilia. So therefore, calling him a convicted pedophile is just unfair and smearing everyone around him as being linked to a pedophile. Is it really fair to do that? This sounds just like the Russia hoax. This is what they're arguing. And I swear to God, Michael Tracy writes repeatedly, victims, in quotations.
Oh my God.
He keeps doing that over and over in his article. And it's just like, oh, you motherfuckers, you fucking soulless pieces of shit. Because their whole goal is to both sides it and erase it and put up smoke and mirrors and just get people to be like, well, is there really a scandal here? Was Epstein really a bad guy, or is he just a victim?
Yeah, now that woke is a pejorative, is this just a woke thing?
Right. Yeah, it's just women just overreacting because you know how women are and blah blah blah, and it's just like, oh my fucking God.
It's classic fear, uncertainty, and doubt tactics, right? Like you go in and you sow fear and uncertainty and doubt about a particular topic, and suddenly it's, questionable enough in the minds of the masses that you can both sides are it to death.
All right, and I don't have to hold Trump accountable because who can really say what the truth is?
Right, who can say?
We don't know the truth here. We're journalists. We don't know. What is truth? We're just asking questions. That's all. We're just asking questions.
What's wrong with being a devil's advocate?
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's like, and I know they know better. I fucking know they know better. It's like you've got dozens of women that said, yeah, they fucking raped us when we were underage. Yeah, but do we know they're actually telling the truth? It's like, okay, fuck you.
What was she wearing? Ogre, what was she wearing? She was
Well,
pretty
yeah,
hot.
I
I
mean,
don't think she was a child because did you see how hot she was?
I mean, she was 16, but that's almost legal in some places, or barely legal in some places, according to Megyn
Yeah.
Kelly. So,
Right.
can we really call them pedophiles? And that's not even the technical definition of a pedophile. That's not the legal definition of a pedophile.
No, it has a different name.
What is it? A
I can't
hebephile?
remember.
Right.
I think it's like a hebephile. And that's not
Hebephile, that's it.
Yeah, that's not pedophilia. So, we really have to be accurate about our terminology here. Blah, blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah.
Suddenly I super care about things like that. So yeah, when I get the week off work next week, it looks like I'm canceling. I think I have to finally cancel my New York Times membership. I haven't done it yet. It's the only one I still pay for. And I also think I have to cancel my Bank of America card.
I mean, if Bank of America is going to sponsor, the downfall
Yes.
of feminism with Barry Weiss and CBS News, then I think,
Yes.
maybe that's the right decision.
Literally a credit card I only have because of feminism. Like, this is
Right.
not theoretical. Like, I am a woman who is head of household. Like, hold on. Is there another adult here who could, is there a man? No, there's nobody here. Well, actually my daughter will be a legal adult in a few weeks, but she also, feminism goes away, will not qualify for a mortgage, a car loan, a credit card. Like, I never, ever, ever, ever would have thought that element of the Handmaid's Tale could be a manual and not a work of fiction. And I am quite literally starting to think 2026, 2027, that's going to be the year when it's like rolling all that back of like, you don't need all that.
Yeah.
Who is your nearest male of kin? And they're going to get the title to your home and your car because you as a single woman can't.
I mean, there's a reason all these Republican women are
2026 isn't going to end Project 2025. Like what, of course it's going to go on. There's no doubt.
Yeah, there's a reason so many Republican women are quitting because, it's like with all these trad wives, it's like, oh my goodness, we want to go back to a better time. And then someone says, well, here's that better time. And it's like, but wait a minute. Wait, that wasn't supposed to apply to me. It's like,
right.
Yeah, it was. You are a woman,
right?
And they hate you. What, did you think you were going to be safe? No. They want your ass back in the kitchen, not in the halls of Congress. Did you think they were going to respect you? Are you stupid? Right. You've been preaching women suck for years. You're a woman.
Gosh,
and now
Mike
the
Johnson
bills come
doesn't listen to the women in Congress, even if they're Republicans. I'm shocked to hear
like,
that there's misogyny in the Capitol.
Right. Oh, just go back to watching Erica Kirk and Nicki Minaj talk about how handsome the president is. Can we talk about that for a second? Have you guys watched that video?
No.
Florida woman is like, oh, just watching her destroy her career. Well, okay, bye. Have fun with that.
No, I watched the only way I could watch it, which is Two Dope Queens Phoebe. What is Phoebe's last name?
Robinson.
Thank you, Phoebe Robinson. I used to religiously listen to Two Dope Queens. I still miss that podcast so hard. But Phoebe Robinson, if you're not following her on Instagram, she's fucking hilarious. And she does a lot where she'll show a video of something with her in the corner just screaming. And so I watched that video with Phoebe Robinson, who is Black and who is just like, I've never thought in my life that segregation maybe wasn't such a bad idea. Have we stopped to consider it? Why is this happening? But I couldn't believe it when I read it. So I was like, I need to go see it. I'm not a big Nicki Minaj fan, but I'm like, isn't she an immigrant? She is. She's not a citizen. Trinidad and Tobago. She is on air with Erica Kirk going like, our president has done so much to bring hope to the American people.
Good Lord.
She calls him handsome at one point, or I forgot. She expresses how good looking he is. And I was like, Nikki, blink twice. What do they have on you?
Seriously. Yanni in the chat, Yanni, you've got the wrong singer. It's not Nicki Minaj. You're thinking of Megan Thee Stallion. Yanni says WAP now stands for Women Advocating for Pedophiles. Wrong singer.
Yeah, that's Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
Cardi B, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Anaconda is Nicki Minaj, right?
Right.
Yes, back me up here. Not really my genre, but at least she didn't start talking about his Anaconda. But here's the thing I'm going to keep. This is going to be my 2026 theme, and I know I'm not alone in this. Like, the culture is what moves the politics forward. And when you have Nicki fucking Minaj going on Turning Point with Erica Kirk to talk about how handsome the president is and how he's spreading joy, that does immense harm.
Right. No,
And
it's
it,
incredibly
yeah,
damaging to
and
have that kind of like authentication, or what is the right word for it? Like, it's
validation. It's
validation.
and then I have to think that they're blackmailing her, like, as a non-citizen.
Well,
It just seems so out of character.
Florida woman said something. She's got, Elizabeth just said she's got her husband and I think her brother are both in prison, and she desperately wants them out.
Oh, well, so desperately wants them out, apparently, that she's willing to sell her soul to the devil.
I would do that to save my family. So I got it. I got you, Nikki. But wow. And then there was, like, I'm seeing all these little insidious things, like my usual, like, doom scrolling on Facebook, trash news, BuzzFeed, total trash, right? But you historically can count on trash to have a kind of liberal slant, like BuzzFeed. Like, it's BuzzFeed. And it was like at the Turning Point USA conference, something, and Russell Brand was popping off about his ex Katy Perry being with Justin Trudeau. And I'm like, why are we covering Turning Point, you guys? BuzzFeed, are you, what's going on?
Right. I mean, they've successfully injected Turning Point, thanks to Charlie Kirk's murder. They've successfully injected Turning Point into the national conversation
everywhere.
Everywhere. It's not coming out, right? Like, this is a stain that won't come out.
Yeah, because it wasn't. Yeah, it's just being normalized, and this is the Overton window in effect of, like, Turning Point should not be the midpoint. It should not be what BuzzFeed is just like blah blah.
Yeah,
everybody was there. It was like Coachella.
Yeah,
like,
no, fuck that.
But
let's talk about the giant elephant in the room, the CECOT video. I watched it last night. Did you guys watch it?
I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
I watched Julie Roginski and Michelle Kinney show it and their commentary. I don't know, but you go first, Lawrence. Lead the way.
Well, I watched it last night. Somebody on Substack had, like, literally, like, recorded a video of their TV in Canada replaying it. And so thank God for social media and for like citizen journalism in the kind of realist sense of, like, an average person just sort of recording what was on their TV and making it available in a place where it has been censored. It's torture. Like, we knew it was torture, and we saw definitively it is a fucking torture factory. It is a place that is designed to break and torture and ultimately kill human beings, many of whom are not actually even criminals. And the Venezuelan men, the 222 Venezuelan men who were sent to that facility, like, they were treated abominably. Sexual assault, torture positions, like, the list, like, drinking fetid water, rampant sickness.
Our CIA black sites weren't this bad, and they were fucking bad.
Right. Like, we're tortured. We're the bad guys, people. The United States of America is officially evil. We have sent people to a fucking torture prison for no legit reason other than, the president doesn't like them.
And as a warning. They sent it they did it as a warning. It's like, this is what we're going to do to you. I mean, this was the reason that they separated families in the first regime and put kids in cages. It wasn't for a legitimate reason. It was to send a message. We will literally torture your children if you come here.
Right. Not just torture your children, like, writing on yesterday's conversation, we'll disappear them and sell them to other families, or possibly into the global fucking pedophile sex ring that it turns out is true and run by Republicans.
Right. And, the QAnon, protect the children crowd was just silent about it. It was like, okay, so we know what that's going on there. So.
Okay, here I'm posting the CECOT video. This is from Mayday Network. This is Julie Roginski and Michelle Kinney. Sorry, Like
Yeah,
I just got
CBS
weirdly
CBS has been
emotional about it.
suing. CBS has been demanding it's been taken down. So if you're gonna watch it quick.
Watch it fast. Yeah.
Or download it so they once you have it, they can't take it away.
And I gotta
Right.
say, here, this is a place. I know you're about to get emotional, Dana, but this is a great example of where traditional media does work, right? Because it was presented in the classic 60 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
mostly neutral, kind of just the facts format, and it is fucking damning. And
Yeah.
I think it was an excellent example of how the traditional kind of legacy media reporting format, when done well, actually really works.
Yes. I'm going to put a link right to the YouTube, which is right there. So it was, so this is again, someone in Canada recording from their TV. So it's not the greatest quality, but because of that, it was haunting. And Julie points this out in the preamble to the show, that she was born in Russia. I don't know how many people know that she and her family immigrated to the US when she was 7. And she talks about, like, on the transistor radio, trying to tune into Voice of America and to try to, from the boats, to try to hear news when she was in Russia. And she was like, never did I think it was possible that we would be relying on Canada to help us get out this, like, immensely important story. And she also talks about some of Barry Weiss's responses that she was sending on. I think that might be after. I can't remember now if
It was
before or
bad.
after, but it was bad that Barry Weiss was like, "Well, the White House didn't get back. We asked them to comment, which is pretty standard. Like, do you have a comment to this? They didn't get back, and so we need to pull it till they get back. We need to hear their sides too." And what was interesting is, as she was reading some of this, Michelle was reading this part, I was like, it almost made sense if you just listened lightly. You were like, yeah, we should dig deeper. You should always dig deeper. And then I was like, no, this story was complete. Like Lawrence said, it's beautiful, neutral, traditional journalism that you don't hear anymore. That, with the click, 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 click of the 60 minutes clock going by, they are reporting about, like, abominable atrocities. You're watching, and they have video of some of it. That part, Lawrence, where they scan and you see the quadruple decker beds full of people, and you see them like stacked like sardines, hunched over.
Yeah.
The lack of humanity is grotesque. The one of the men who came forward, who was a college student from Venezuela,
Yeah.
who was seeking asylum here. He was put in prison here when he got here for 6 months, and then he was deported. He'd never even had a parking ticket, like nothing. This was just this very clean-faced guy. But he was describing the water and how the only water was the same water where they bathed, where they pooped, where they drank. And when they would get sick, the doctor was like, just drink water, you'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like,
that's a deliberate attempt to kill people.
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't a very long segment, and it wasn't it wasn't
13 minutes.
emotional. Yeah, there was no, like, music and this and that. It was just the facts. And
Right.
fuck,
It's
I miss
just-
the news being like that.
Yeah. Straight old fashioned reportage where it is just the facts, and the facts are so damning that you don't need to add emotional color to it, because no one can
Right.
watch.
There's it's not necessary.
Yeah. No decent person can watch that and think, oh, this is okay. It's not.
It's not.
Like,
So-
America is evil now.
Yeah.
So two things about it. One, Barry Weiss's excuses. I was like, oh, we needed comments from the White House and from Stephen Miller, right? It was pointed out that that's giving the regime a kill switch. Right.
Yes.
It's like they just don't comment, so we don't run the story. That means they could just never comment and the story never runs. And it's really important to understand that if Barry Weiss is still in that position in 3 years, she won't be. She'll be fired by then, or she'll have quit because it'll be just too much stress. It's too difficult. But if she's still there in 2029, when there's a Democratic president, I promise you that between now and then, she will hold fast to that. She'll be like, "Oh, we can't run a story with unless the regime says so. Unless the regime says so. Unless they comment. We can't run it. We can't run it." The January 21st, 2029.
Right.
That rule
1201 on January 20th, Ogre. That rule goes away. Right.
That rule disappears. It's like, well, actually, we can run any story. We don't need permission from the White House. Also, we don't really have to fact check it anymore. We could just run any old fucking rumor about whoever the president is, because, I mean, come on, what? We don't have to fact check stuff. We could just pick it right off of Breitbart.com and run it as is. Come on, people. What are we, fucking journalists here? We don't do that. This is CBS now. And the other thing that just boggles my mind. So I'm watching this, and it's really, really bad. It is bad. And there's some new details in there, right? Some of the specifics, but the overall content is mostly stuff we knew already.
Yeah.
Right? They torture these people. Like, some of the details are new, but the general gist, we knew this is what they were doing. We knew this is what it looked like. We knew this is how it went. And there was no reason to pull this story other than the regime wanted it pulled because Trump was complaining about it. What was it? Friday night? He was complaining about CBS not being friendly enough to him. They're not being friendly. Oh, they're why aren't they being more friendly? The new people are even worse than the old people. And Sunday morning, that segment got pulled because Trump complained on Friday, which it was like, okay, well, now you've made sure even more people have seen it because now it's everywhere's, right? Because it got leaked to Canada, leaked by accident. Sure it was. Right. Sure it was an accident.
I don't think it was leaked, Ogre. I thought that it was like syndicated as per usual. They just forgot to turn that channel off. That was what I read, but I don't know if it's true.
Forgot.
Yeah, they forgot.
Right. Forgot.
I hope you're right. I do want to say, because in the chat, people are saying that the link I'm putting to Julie's is a link to the May Day discussion about CECOT. It's in there. The middle of that YouTube, here, I'll put it in here again. It has their commentary before and after, but the segment is in there. And Michelle did insinuate, or no, she just said last night, like, I did some things that I hope will keep the censors from finding it. So I'm not sure what that means, but it appears to still be up. I just downloaded it. So
I'm literally downloading the straight 60 minutes, the 15-minute clip.
You're doing something straight, Lawrence.
Yes, I'm doing something straight. I learned to stop the presses.
That is not very gay of you.
Report me to the gay high command, Ogre.
Good idea, and it's worth it to have their commentary. It was.
Well, I'm downloading it. I'm going to ask Cliff if we can publish it on Blue Amp, and if not on Blue Amp, then here on Gen XE, because it's so important that everybody should watch it. And honestly, I kind of think everybody should download it. And if they start pulling it down, it is your patriotic duty as an American citizen to repost it everywhere you can. Like,
Streisand, I am Spartacus out of that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Streisand did everywhere's.
Just Streisand that motherfucking shit everywhere.
Wait,
and if they come,
oh, sorry. Keep going.
If they come for any one of us, it needs to be like an I'm Spartacus moment, right? Like, oh, I published it too. So did I. Like, you can't arrest all of us, fucker. I know you want to.
I mean, they can. There's 40,000.
Right. You can't send us all to CECOT, bitches.
Oh my God. Kat is saying that Krasenstein's also released a way to take redactions out of a lot of the Epstein files. I posted it this morning. It's fucking hysterical that they are that stupid.
Oh my God, I saw that yesterday. That is so embarrassing.
I saw Ellie Leonard said something about using the Krasenstein method, and I was like, what is that? So thank you, Kat, for saying what that is.
Yeah, you just copy and paste it into notes.
What?
And that's it. You copy and paste it into window notes, and the redactions just disappear.
It's just formatting. So
yes.
you pull up,
it's just formatting. They did that job.
You are kidding me. These people are so dumb.
It's fucking clown. It's just a clown show from top to bottom with these people.
Oh my God.
That makes me so happy. I can't wait to see
I want to hope. Part of me wants to believe that somewheres in the FBI, someone's like, oh no, this would be terrible if I did this by accident.
Right. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't use the
I hope,
completely wrong method to redact those things.
right, not that they're stupid. Right. Is it like, are they so dumb that they didn't know how to do it properly? Or are they so smart that they figured out how to do it improperly with a wink?
It's like, oh, did you find out that Trump was actually raping children because I redacted it incorrectly? Oh, I am so embarrassed. Look how red my face is. Oops.
I can see the flush. I can see the flush coming on your face, Ogre.
Right. Jason says MAGA equals morons are governing America. Yes.
Yep.
There you go. The new definition of MAGA.
Yeah, and Nick thinks that it was done on purpose, and so does Melissa. I'm convinced it was on purpose. I hope so. The thought of there being like, I hope we all live long enough to see the behind the music episodes of all of this, but then where these folks are finally safe to come out and be like, I did that. I ran the National Parks website. I did this. I did that. Oh God, that would be so wonderful to be able to be like, it was all a bad dream, and look back at. I don't know.
After the Nuremberg trials.
Exactly. Yeah. At the trials. This was something that Julie said on the episode last night that truly worth it to get that version as well, because their commentary, both of them, it's really strong. But Julie's like, the men who had the courage to come forward are marked men now. Like they're presumably in Venezuela, because they were both Venezuelan.
Right.
Don't get a tattoo if you're a Venezuelan man was one of the morals of the story, because we don't bother to look at what they are.
Don't get a fucking tattoo if you're brown.
Yeah.
Christ.
Right. I mean, do you remember that story of, back when all this was just happening, there was like some gay hairdresser who was sent to CECOT because he had a tattoo. Yeah. And it was like, I don't know, a tattoo of Lady Gaga or something. And they were like, tattoos mean you're a gang member. It's like, not if it's fucking Lady Gaga, bitch,
Right.
Excuse me, that is part of Tren de la Gagua. So, yeah.
Tren de la Gagua. Oh my God, Ogre. Ogre just won the internet, everybody.
Hooray, here's your crown.
Tren de la Gagua. I'm fucking dead.
Oh my God. I just spilled my tea. I was pouring from one cup to the other. So hold on. I got to do this before my laptop gets wet.
Oh, we're spilling tea now? So
we
anyway,
are literally spilling the tea.
I mean, appropriate. Tren de la Gagua does nothing but spill tea, hunty.
Right. Oh my God.
We're a bunch of messy bitches here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the idea that these men came forward and at great personal risk, and then, well, I'd say for nothing, except, do you think more people will see this because it didn't air as it was supposed to, or if it had aired?
I mean, I think it is one of those pieces that has the possibility of becoming I was going to say seminal event, except, that word sounds vaguely rapey and Epstein at this point. A thing that more people will see because it was suppressed like this. I mean, 60 Minutes, let's face it, has lost a lot of its market share over the years, shall we say.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for this.
I would not have watched it previous, I get that 60 Minutes is good journalism, and still, I admit, I don't think I've sat down to watch 60 Minutes in fucking 15 years, right?
Yeah, and I regret that now.
Yeah, me too.
Because hearing that quiet, boring journalism was so...
It's like, oh yeah, that's what the news is supposed to be like.
Right. That is what it sounds like. That is what journalism, yes, that is what we have lost in this national conversation.
Yeah. Legacy media is now essentially state media. Exactly.
I mean, CBS is nothing but state media. Like, Ogre, to your point, they've essentially given a kill switch, right? If the administration never comments, then anything that they don't want people to see, they'll just never comment on, and it'll never air. So how is that different from state-run media? It isn't functionally different in any way.
I mean, they'll run some stories now just to maintain a little shred of credibility, but, like real important stuff, yeah, no, they now control CBS. What's amazing about this? Again, when I went and took a peek at Matt Taibbi's timeline on Twitter and on Substack, mind you, this is Mr. I'm the greatest defender of free speech in human history. Not a fucking word about it.
Right.
He's just
You
like,
know,
whatever.
Ogre, I really appreciate that Taibbi and Greenwald and those guys, that you are kind of constantly ringing the bell of these people are traitors. Like, these people are like pretend to be leftists who have essentially sold their morals and soul down the river for money and access and power, maybe, I guess, to basically spew Russian and right-wing talking points and discredit the left.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, Greenwald is actually very upset with Barry Weiss. He knows exactly who to blame because I was looking at his Twitter feed. I was like, okay, let's see what he has to say. Oh, he's very upset with the Jews. His whole thing is, oh, they're doing this because of Israel. They're shutting everything down because of Israel. And it's like,
isn't Greenwald Jewish?
Yes.
And Barry Weiss too. I mean,
right. Yeah. Well, she's like, well, Barry Weiss is actually problematic because she's like, and she's one of those people. Any criticism of Israel is anti-Semitism, and it's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. But Greenwald's the other side of that, where it's like, everything I do, all my criticism of Israel sounds really, really just say Jews, man. You really, because he's Jewish, but he wasn't raised Jewish. Like, he's not, but he's really tuned into that whole, I hate Israel, everything, I hate Israel, all the Jews, because he doesn't say Jews, but they're behind everything. They're controlling everything. And it's like, dude, they're still going to put you on the cattle car with us. It doesn't matter. You're Jewish. You're not one of the good ones. You'll be right there next to us in the fucking concentration camp. It doesn't, and you're gay to boot. You'll be doubly in the concentration camp with the rest of us. So,
Ogre, you've heard me make the joke before. Like, on my mom's side, I'm a little bit Irish. Like, I'm a fucking box of Lucky Charms. I'm gonna get a pink triangle and a yellow star and a green clover. I'm like pantheistic, so I'm gonna get like a purple moon and for witchcraft or whatever. Like, yeah, no, I'm all the.
That's it, man. You're an entire box of marshmallows.
You are magically delicious. Magically delicious, Lawrence.
Yes,
magically
well,
delicious.
That is what the men say.
Yes, it is. It is just. It's weird that it's a Jew. Is Barry Weiss queer too? I feel like
she's married.
She's married.
She has a wife.
Yeah. So it's a gay Jewish woman trying to take down feminism and support. Like, doesn't that break your brain? That breaks my brain.
Well, she actually gave a speech to a bunch of conservatives saying, listen, I know you guys don't believe in my marriage and you don't like anything that I stand for, but, we could all agree that we like tax cuts. And it was like, you fucking bitch.
Right.
Holy shit.
What?
You just fucking sold out everybody, like all these fucking people. You threw them under the bus for fucking money. Oh my fucking God.
Hold on. I got to take a sip of tea for this.
It's like burn in fucking hell.
Jews for Hitler, a real organization that really supported Hitler's ascendancy into power. And we know what happened to them. They ended up in the ovens too.
Yep.
Right?
Like, there are no good ones as far as they're concerned. There are no good ones. They will eventually put you on the cattle car. What are you fucking doing?
They literally think our blood is tainted.
Yeah. How can any Jewish person watch that video from 60 Minutes of CECOT and not immediately go to like the Holocaust and concentration camps and all of the forced viewing of those films as a kid and the never forgets? Like I joked about this before, like, politics is not my primary beat, so to speak. Like, I am only this fired up and charged up because I was like a sleeper cell. I didn't know all of this was dormant in me, but as I've been watching, the rise of Trump twice now, I'm just like, never forget, I was told to fight this with everything I have as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, how, and it's such a clear moral, like, just deep in my gut reaction that I see that and I'm like, oh, no. This is happening again. No. How does a Jewish queer woman see it and be like, But both sides.
Well, I mean, she's completely isolated by
money.
money and power because she thinks she's safe. But one of the
Yeah.
I wrote about this a couple of weeks ago, and I mean part of what we wanted to talk about was what's going to happen next year, right? What, like, some predictions for 2026.
Yeah, let's go there. We're at 47 minutes after. Let's move that direction.
One of the things that's going to happen next year and going forward is the Republican Party is I mean, it's already infested, but they're fighting right now over how many Nazis are okay in the Republican Party. Right, that fight spilled out into the open with the Heritage Foundation and Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. And one of the things that I think I mentioned it to you guys, but one of the things I've been telling people for years is whatever the fringe of the right is does not stay the fringe, and it never. So whatever, like that ratcheting only goes in one direction. They never moderate. They never moderate back to the center. They only go further right. And right now, the Republican Party is an openly fascist white nationalist party. Where do you go from there? What's further to the right than white nationalist fascism? Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Open Nazism. And that's what they're fighting about right now, is how much Nazism is okay. And what I was trying to explain to people, the Nazis are going to win that fight.
Right.
Once you let some Nazis in the door, that's like letting bed bugs into your house.
Right.
Just a little bit of bed bugs.
Yeah,
just
a little bit of bed bugs isn't that bad.
It's just 3 or 4. Well, I ain't going to stay 3 and 4. They're going to multiply. And then once you let Nick Fuentes colonize your party,
right,
your party is now a Nazi party, and the rest of your party will become Nazis. And that's like, I don't know why Barry Weiss thinks that's not going to happen. She thinks she's going to be able to keep Nick Fuentes out. And it's like, no, once he's got his foot in the door, you've already lost. That fight is already done.
Yeah.
And he's got his foot in the door. So over the next year or two, you're just going to see more and more open Nazism in the Republican Party because they want to go there. Now, the good part about that, if you'll permit me to say there's a good part, is that once they go Nazi, there's no coming back from that, right? You can't move away from that. Once you're a Nazi party, you're a Nazi party. You can't denazify yourself without burning your party to the ground. And that destroys, and this is the argument I made in my article, that destroys the both sides argument. There is nothing on our side. There is no left-wing equivalent of a Nazi. So when they try to say, well, both sides are just as extreme, it's like, they're fucking Nazis. No one's going to believe that Zoran Mamdani is the equivalent of a Nazi.
Right.
Oh, no, people do believe that.
I mean,
but what are they going to say? It's like he wants free buses. They want to kill all the Jews.
Right.
What's the middle there?
Somehow they will be equivocated. You know that, right? Are you talking about your story, why MAGA cannot win the war for hearts and minds?
No, that's the culture thing. They just can't, like, Trump, they want to take over culture, but they can't produce culture because, I mean, they're fascism, and fascism doesn't produce culture. It just consumes everything.
Right. But you can get Nicki Minaj to start saying she's a fan, then they've got starting to win the culture wars, which is the story you were just talking about.
That they're having a civil war, and there's multiple civil wars going on in the right and the Republican Party right now, and this is the most dangerous one. It was like 2 weeks ago, might have been 3.
Yeah,
but even if they have Nicki Minaj, the more openly Republican she gets, the more her career is going to fall apart, because that happens to all of them. Everyone that goes full right wing becomes very, very niche, and they lose their fan base. Like Dave Chappelle used to be a huge, huge star. Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Has he gone full right wing?
I mean, he went full aggrieved male
Yeah.
and he's not really
Yeah.
that funny anymore. Like they keep trying to make him a thing, and people are just like, yeah, we're not really interested, because he just goes out there and he punches down.
Right. He
And
punches
it's not
down on
funny
the
when you
trans
punch
community
down.
every time. Like, yeah. Well, so here's one of my 2026 predictions. We should do a round robin for our 2026
Okay.
predictions. A sitting member of Congress or a Supreme Court justice will be assassinated in 2026.
Damn, that's dark.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Now, do you think it's going to be a liberal or a Republican for Supreme Court?
I don't know that it matters. I mean, I think on Supreme Court, like it would be, double bonus points for them if it was Ketanji Brown Jackson or Elena Kagan or fuck, why am I blanking on our third?
Sonia.
Sonia Sotomayor, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Sorry, my browser just crashed. Okay, I'm back into the chat.
But it doesn't matter, right? For their purpose, it could be Clarence Thomas. Honestly, it'd be better if it was Clarence Thomas because then he'd be a fucking martyr.
Yeah,
And
Lawrence, I mean, I think you're right, and I think it is going to be on their side because look at Charlie Kirk.
Right.
I increasingly am like, that was, I don't know.
Right. Like
that was the best thing that ever happened.
A sitting member of Congress or a Supreme Court justice is going to be assassinated in 2026. The thing that hasn't really happened since 1968 in this country is going to happen again.
Okay. That's your prediction.
Yep.
And to be clear, we're not advocating for killing anybody here.
To be very, very clear, absolutely not advocating for violence, absolutely not advocating for the death or assassination of anyone. But I think we are at that point in our history. Like, we have seen history repeat itself. We all know, oh, history doesn't repeat, it rhymes, or history does repeat, or whatever. We're there. We're at that point. Political assassinations are happening. They've been happening at low level offices. It's going to happen at the national level. I'm sure of it.
I wonder when it comes to the Supreme Court, if it looks like we're going to take back the Senate, then Thomas and not Scalia. Yeah, Scalia. No, that's Scalia. Alito. They need to resign before Democrats take control of the Senate because
so they can put in someone younger.
Right. They're old and they can't risk having them there for the next 2 years. And then there's a Democrat in the White House, because if they die or, they get sick and they can't continue, they can't risk having those two be replaced by liberal justices, because then they lose control of the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
And if they refuse, like Thomas will probably resign because he'll be told to by his billionaire owners.
Yeah.
But if either one of them says, if both of them say, you know what, no, you can't make me resign. I'm a fucking Supreme Court justice. I'll do whatever I want. Yeah. I could see one or both of them being assassinated because they'll be putting the entire project at risk. Because once they lose the Supreme Court, they lose everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Like they could lose the Senate, they can lose the House, they can lose the White House. Once they lose the Supreme Court, they lose everything. That's why it was so important that they win the 2024 election. They had to win 2024 because losing 2024 meant losing the Supreme Court, and that was too much of a risk. Which is why I don't know. The more time goes by, the more I'm starting to wonder just how legitimate Trump's win was.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to win 2024. It had to happen because of the Supreme Court, because that would have been game over. Same thing with 2016, because they would have lost the court. So they had to win, which made, again, 2016. We already know 2016 was stolen. But that was why. It wasn't because, Hillary was so threatening. It's because they were risking the Supreme Court.
Right.
So.
Right.
What's your prediction, Ogre?
No, my prediction is definitely the Nazis.
Right. What's yours, Dana? You're up.
What do you mean by the Nazis? Just the
Nazis. Yeah, the Nazis are going to take over the Republican Party. That's definitely my prediction, is that we're going to see a massive increase of just normalization for Nazis in the Republican Party. And people are going to be like, we don't understand how this is happening. I was like, yes, you fucking do. they've been going this way for the last 40 years. And here we are.
Yeah, they kept saying they already have, but you're just predicting it more overt and dangerous
yeah,
numbers.
absolutely. Like
Okay.
they're going to start being less, oh, well, yeah, no, we don't like having Nazi party. And it's going to be like, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with Nazis? I don't understand what the problem is. You're going to start seeing more of that, especially from the press.
Yep. My prediction is going to be the one I opened the show with, which is women watch out. Like they're overtly, they're coming for us through culture right now. I think in 2026 they will start coming for us through legislation, and I think that could mean things like losing access to, I don't know, work, money. I'm not sure what it sounds crazy as I'm saying it out loud. So I'm like, no, that can't happen. But I think we should brace ourselves for things that right now seem like they can't happen, are going to happen, or at least the wheels will be in motion.
Dana, think about how many people called us crazy when we were saying Roe versus Wade is going to get overturned, right? Like how many moderate people, did you talk to? And they're like, oh, it's never going to go that far. You're just, you're being excitable or whatever. No, like, yes, I think you're right. I think that there will be some legislation that probably moves towards stripping women of full financial independence.
Yes.
I mean, about the no fault divorce thing,
right?
Oh, exactly. That might be where it starts.
Yeah, that's good. It's going to be there. It's going to be lowering the age of consent, because that's something they've really been working on for a long time. That's going to start getting more comfortable because, once we find out that Trump is a pedophile, well, is he really a pedophile because she was 15? And is that really such a bad thing? And maybe we should just lower the age of consent and then it won't be a crime anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, they're working towards that anyway. This is just moving up the timetable.
That's absolutely where it will start, with the age of consent and with no fault divorce going away so that women are trapped. And then once they're trapped in their marriages, there's also going to be and by the way, you're going to need, your husband's name on that credit card if you want it.
Right.
Bank of America says so.
It's all based on that Christo-fascism, like the man is subservient to Jesus and the women and children are subservient to the man kind of thing, right? Like,
the man is the representative of God in the home.
Right.
So subvert your will to his.
Yes, these things, that's my prediction. And the other prediction coming into mind is scaring me so much I just don't even want to say it out loud. But my fucked up Friday pick for last week was a story that I only saw on like queer publications about Pam Bondi starting to classify people who are, questioning gender ideology as, my ALEXA is being dumb. That it was going to become punishable or an arrestable offense to be speaking out.
Are we extremists now?
Gender ideology. Yeah. And that I'm like, we've all been watching ICE take on the brown people. I'm worried they're coming for the queer people this year and the sympathizers. Oh, it was a bounty. That was the word that was just escaping me. That Pam Bondi was hinting at an executive order. The executive order hasn't come out yet, but that there would be a bounty placed on the heads of people who have, views about pronouns, people who believe in radical gender ideology, and that's all of us here. I will not fare well at CECOT. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm not one of those I'll endure kind of people. Like, not in the face of torture and drinking fecal water. Like,
What, you don't want to drink fecal water? But it's supposed to be delicious. It's got such a bouquet to it.
A lovely bouquet. All right. Do you have one more ogre? Because I've got one more. But
okay.
For next year, the sticking with my Nazi theme, the thousands and thousands of Nazis that they've been training for ICE and Border Patrol are going to hit the streets because they're not ready yet, right? They've been going through basic training to be, the brown shirts, and that's going to go really, really badly when they let them loose because they're not trained. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, these guys are having trouble to begin with, but the new recruits are going to be way, way worse because these are not people who are interested in being law enforcement. They're interested in being brown shirts. So they're going to go out there and they're going to be 20 times more violent than what we're seeing now because they went and joined explicitly so they could beat up brown people and they could hurt the libtards and they can just attack the people that they hate. They want to be able to go out there and terrorize with, a badge and a gun. And they're being told that you're immune to prosecution. You can do anything you want, get out there and uphold Trump's law. Go obey Stephen Miller's law. And so next year is going to be extremely, extremely violent. And that's just going to, again, silver lining in a big, black, ugly cloud, it's going to supercharge the protests against them because people are going to be watching these videos of ICE going out there and beating up little old ladies and beating up children and beating up people in wheelchairs because they're not going to care because I can do anything I want. And it's just going to be so much worse, but the pushback is going to be so much harder because of it. So there's that to look forward to. Yay.
I want to say before you jump in, Lawrence, Chris from the chat says waiting on gold shirts to show up, but no one really listens to the Liberace cops.
Right.
Very funny and nice tie-in on the gold. Neurodivergent Hodgepodge is also saying they're coming for the neurodivergent, and I forgot to mention that in my other concerns is those
will be the RFK Jr. police.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Lawrence, is your prediction around pandemic? I'm just curious.
No, although that's a good one. Mine is that this is sort of a either or both. China invades Taiwan, and we do nothing. Russia invades Poland or Latvia or Lithuania or Estonia, and we do nothing. Maybe one, maybe both.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Russia's in a position to invade anybody else at this point in time. I could see China doing it, but Russia is having enough trouble dealing with Ukraine. Invading a second country would probably be an exceptionally bad idea. I mean, Hitler was stupid enough to invade another, to open up a second front. So we should only be so lucky that Russia's that stupid. They would just deplete their forces that much quicker, and their downfall would be that much faster. But the China thing might be an issue.
I think the thing that we're not taking into account is Putin has been rumored to be ill for a long time now. I think he is a man who is looking at his own mortality and who wants to accomplish certain goals. And he really, really wants to see the reunification of the USSR. And so I think that is putting some urgency and irrational decision-making behind his thinking.
Well, that or burn it all to the ground. If I can't have it, nobody can.
Right. Yeah, like if I'm going to go out, let's go out in a blaze of glory and, let me change the entire post-World War II era to something completely different and chaotic on the chance that Russia comes out on top.
Hopefully someone will just push him out of a window.
That's your prediction?
Yeah, we didn't even be so lucky.
Right. We didn't even get to Venezuela or the potential for another pandemic, but we could toss those in the...
All right. I mean, I'm just assuming Venezuela is a certainty at this point. I don't see what is going to stop Trump from actually declaring war on Venezuela. I'm
we want that oil.
Pessimistic.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. No, not oil. We want to stop the fentanyl. That's right. We're supposed to stop fentanyl.
Right.
That just happens to look a lot like oil.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're really
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Here's a question. What's going to happen on Substack? I know we have some predictions we talked about. I think it was just yesterday.
I think it's going to get flooded with celebrities, and we are all going to struggle to elevate our voices.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay.
But you want to end on a good note?
Yes.
The midterms are going to be a fucking bloodbath for Republicans, and
Yeah.
nothing they can do will stop that.
Well, they could try to steal the election.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing I keep telling people about that, we're predicting a bloodbath. The press, the legacy press, which never, ever predicts a bloodbath for Republicans. They love predicting bloodbaths for Democrats.
Right.
But when it comes to Republicans, they're like, oh, no. Downplay. No. It's going to be close. They have been talking about a bloodbath now for 2 months.
Yeah.
They've been talking about for next year. They've been talking about a bloodbath. Even before last month's election, they were like, yeah, man, midterms are looking really bad for Republicans. So they've been talking nonstop about how bad the midterms look for Republicans. And you know who else is talking about how bad the midterms look for Republicans? Republicans. So everyone, including Republicans, are like, oh, man, the midterms are going to be really fucking bad. For them to be like, oh, actually, the Republicans won the midterms. What a shock. No one would believe it. And the most important thing about an election has to be plausibility. If you're going to steal an election, it has to be plausible. Like in 2016, it was plausible. In 2024, Trump won, but Republicans did really, really badly. So it was plausible.
Okay,
For Republicans, what's that?
Plausible to the tune of Popular from Wicked.
Plausible. It has to be plausible. My singing voice is terrible, but you know,
with an assist from Elon.
You could just short him to E with an assist from E.
Right.
But for so many different places, for so many different states and so many different races, for them to suddenly just flip over and be like, oh, actually, the Republicans did really good, would be completely unbelievable. Like, no one would believe it. Trump could pull that off because he's Trump, right? And everyone's like, oh, yeah, no, Trump's super popular, blah, blah, blah. People showed up for him, and Biden was, Harris was unpopular, Biden was unpopular. But Republicans did badly all over the place, but not Trump. And people were like, yeah, okay, maybe. But for the entire Republican Party not to get destroyed, and for the entire year of people like, yeah, man, you guys are fucked. No one would believe that, not even Republicans. So they could want to steal it, but who's going to believe it?
I want to take comfort in that, and I just can't, because the Republicans kick and scream and fight when, in 2020, obviously, we literally stormed the Capitol. Democrats are like, okay, I guess we lost. I mean, there's still a pretty strong part of me that doesn't think we lost, that Kamala Harris actually won, and we never fought it. I know there's the one creator here on Substack, This Will Hold, that like I read their work and I'm just like, it feels so like tinfoil hatty to wear it, because again, the Overton window move, where we're just, and also we believe in elections and like have a naivete, I think, about like, of course they're fair and everything worked out.
Right.
If we lose midterms, I hope that there's rioting in the street, because it is implausible, but I don't.
It would
I don't
be
know that we have
beyond
it in us.
implausible. It would be, wow, I just won $1 billion lottery 3 days in a row. Implausible. It's like, boy, you fucking cheated. You cheated. Oh, no, I totally won. Oh, what a miracle. What a miracle. It's like, okay, you cheated. Everyone would know I cheated. So, there's just no way they're going to be able to pull this off. They could do all the assassinations they want. They're not going to be able to pull that off and make people go, oh, yeah, no, that's totally believable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm pessimistic. And still, even then, I'm just like, I'm cynical and pessimistic. I'm like, yeah, there's no fucking way they're going to be able to pull that off. They're not smart enough.
Right.
These are the guys who can't fucking do redactions. And, accidentally leaked that video to Canada.
Although, yeah, again, accidentally linked it. God, I can only hope.
Accidentally.
My big hope is that we're still here having all these conversations in 2026 because gonna need it.
Well,
We
you
are.
know, at the very least, we'll just be live streaming from CECOT together, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And on that happy
On
note,
that happy note,
should we say we're sorry we haven't put up a story for our guests this week. Just we're barely keeping it together toward the end of the year break. I think that it's been a big year. But tomorrow we have Ellie Leonard joining us, Christmas Eve day. Y'all should come here. What should we talk about with Ellie? Maybe the Epstein files.
I wonder if anything's happening on the Epstein front.
Yeah, I don't know.
P.S. Did everybody see the suicide note?
I saw it just as I was
No.
popping on air.
Yeah, Ogre, you're going to love this. Apparently, there is a legit looking postcard from Jeffrey Epstein to Larry fucking Nasser from one prison to another, saying basically, like, I've decided to take the short route home. By the way, our current president loves little girl snatch as much as you and I do.
Little.
Oh my fucking God.
I can't even say that out loud. That just
it's
makes
something
me
like
vomit.
grabbing snatch. I don't like it. Like it's basically what I said.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
He's
It's so gross.
and still fucking Matt
people-
Taibbi is gonna be like, well, we still don't know if he actually is a pedophile.
Right. Well, we're not sure that postcard is actually in Jeffrey Epstein's handwriting.
It's like, okay, so when we show you a fucking video of Donald Trump raping a 14-year-old, will that do it? Well,
That
it's
could be
not
AI.
technically pedophilia. It's not technically pedophilia. I swear to God, someone needs to punch him in his fucking face. He's so gross. Anyway, did I say that out loud?
You
I
did.
You did.
Because it needs to happen.
You
He's a
did,
terrible
and it's
fucking
okay.
person. They're all terrible people.
They're all terrible people. Then Thursday it's Christmas, y'all. We will not be here on Christmas Day. We will be celebrating with
Unless
family.
we're bored, like full of ham and bored.
We might, yeah. There may be a spontaneous one.
We three Jews might be full of non-kosher ham. Christmas ham.
I absolutely will be filled with non-kosher ham.
I'll
and
have you know
alcohol.
we're making turkey. We're making turkey here, so there will be no ham in my house. Is there going to be any in the side dishes? No, but I'm making all of these like buried in cream, like cheesy potatoes and Brussels sprouts drowned in cream, I think is the name of the recipe. It's a New York Times recipe. That would be the hardest part about giving up the New York Times. I do really like it picking up.
Right. New York Times cooking is pretty legit.
It's a really good app because there are no ads. It's just the recipe. It's like 60 Minutes reporting. There's no fluff.
Right.
You know about Archive PH, don't you?
I do, but also the app is just on my phone when I'm cooking, and it's just right there, and it's so easy. But
Oh, well.
I could live without it. And Friday, we will be back for Fucked Up Friday, and we've got Kazim Rashid coming on.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's going to be
I'm
two Jews and a Muslim. Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about what they did for Christmas.
We're really excited about that. And then we're going to take a week off between Christmas and New Year's and recharge, decompress,
There will
dread.
be much consuming of alcohol.
You know,
I have so
maybe
much alcohol to consume. I'm not driving anywhere for a few days, so I can drink. Yay.
Okay, what's your pick of poison? Ogre?
Oh, I've got Coke Zero and rum.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of
You're like,
watching the
"Carbs."
calories a bit.
It's
my
the
God.
sugar. I can't drink regular Coke anymore because of the sugar. It's just way too much. So Coke Zero and rum.
Wow, I'm looking at the chat here. Everyone's talking about what they're making for Christmas dinner, and Eric is making shrimp linguine, scallop, organata, calamari, salmon, sea bass. Oh, I'll be right over,
the 7
Eric.
fishes.
Yeah, the 5 fishes. Yeah,
Right.
I thought it was 7.
Eric
I didn't
Eric
know that was a
said,
thing.
Jew doing Italian dinner. And I said, I love Italian. He said, men or food? Both, Eric. Come on.
Why is that an or and not an and? I mean,
Right? Like, yeah.
ham, turkey, all of it. Melissa's saying, yeah, we are going to Christmas Eve do the Jewish thing we always do. We're going to get Chinese food. And then Christmas night, I'm going to make some dinner and we're going to watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
The next
Ooh,
2 episodes.
That's good.
Woo!
And
Can't
Elf,
wait.
because
Very
I always have to
excited.
watch Elf. And if I get really crazy, late night karaoke at my favorite divey Chinese food bar.
Wait, did you say you refuse to watch Elf?
No, I always watch. I have to
Oh,
watch
okay,
Elf
thank God.
on
I was
Christmas.
like, I can't disown you after 47 years.
Yeah,
You don't watch Elf?
Elf. The only like amazing Christmas movie. Well, maybe not.
We play Heads Up. We all go next door to Claudia's, eat a bunch of finger foods, and play Heads Up.
Oh, that's fun.
That's
I
what we
love
do
it.
on Christmas
Do you
Eve.
use the phone version?
We use it on a tablet because it's easier to see.
Okay.
Half of us are old and blind.
I love it. I love hearing people's holiday traditions.
Yeah, we don't even know how that got started. That's just what we do on the holidays now.
Okay.
Derek, who's a new name for me in the chat, says, I'm mostly gay, by the way, so much that I got fired from the gay bay for being too gay. Derek, not around here, sweetie. You can't be too gay around these parts.
Welcome.
You come hang out with us.
Yes.
Come hang out with us, kid. You can't be too gay here.
Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun, and it has, for all of the shit show that this year has been, it has been a delight getting to build this community here on Substack. And Ogre, you have been such a part of that for us.
Yeah.
Yay!
We're very grateful to you.
That was very Kermit the Frog.
Hello.
Yeah, you don't have arms to flail, but I can see Kermit doing, the little flailing thing.
Yeah, right. If I added arms, I think my daughter would kill me because she made this sock puppet. So if I altered it, she would murder me.
Right. Maybe tell her to add arms if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, next year, Florida Woman's gonna have her own puppet, so we will both have puppets. So
Oh
yeah, we're
fabulous.
doing our show.
Because we really want to bring her on the show, and she asked if she could come on just as a disembodied voice, and I was like, have something, but it could be a puppet. And she was like, all right, I'm going to get on that. But
yeah, no, she's going to finish that over the break, so she will have her own puppet.
All right, I got to hit her up then to get her scheduled to come on the Daily Whatever show, because we love her, and we'd be 3 Floridian, 2 former and 1 current Floridian.
Right.
For now, because she wants out of there so badly.
Blame her. I don't blame her.
For real.
All right, everyone. Thank you. We went long today, but it was worth it. Thank you so much. Opinionated Ogre. It was awesome having you on.
Thank you for having me on.
Love you, everybody. Love you, mean it. Bye.
We love you.
Enjoy holidays. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.